Over to you, Councillor Donegal. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Executive Cabinet Member for Children's Services meeting. The first item on the agenda is monitoring of Executive Cabinet Member decisions, and you've had an enclosure.
Yeah, that's bang up to date, that, Councillor Donegal, as much as we can.
Yeah, so I note this report. Item 2 is Children's Services Strategic Budget Report, and that's Julie.
It is, thank you. Yeah, so this report is a children's services element of the budget that was agreed at council. It takes you through the changes in the budget from 24-25 to 25-26, and it details a total revenue budget of 74.9 million and 355 million, including schools. It also details in section 5 the savings and efficiencies to be made over the period. And it details the capital programme in the appendix. So the recommendations is to approve the report and the details in it and agree the off-contract procurement of social workers and the delegated authority for the off-contract framework, the contract framework for the capital programme.
Thanks, Julie. Members, any questions, comments? Okay, I approve this report and support the recommendations as laid out in the initial preamble. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's item 3 is the request to add an additional post to the staffing establishment to allow traded service flexibility at Connections Bolton. So is this Geraldine?
It is, thank you, Chair. Morning, everyone. So the report is requesting an additional staff member within the Connection Service. Connection Service provide careers education, information, advice and guidance to our children and young people. They operate a traded service within our schools, but also deliver the statutory requirement to support our young people who are not in education and employment. There's been an increase in the demand for the traded service element where schools are wanting to buy back more time. That's being filled temporarily with staff who are working part-time, doing additional hours, and we'd like to make that permanent. The additional cost is 51,169, which will be covered from the income that's generated from the traded service. Happy to take any questions or comments.
Members, any questions or comments? No? Okay, thank you. I approve option 2 of the report as laid out in the preamble. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 4 is Family Hub's workforce enclosure. You've all had this, and this is, I think is it Angela is doing this?
It's okay, Chair. I'll pick this up.
You're picking this up. Thank you.
So this is just a proposal to refresh the workforce around Family Hubs. We've now had the announcement that we're going to get another 12 months funding around the Family Hubs programme. So we are looking to basically extend the current contracting agreements that we have with staff. So the detail is all set out in the report. Happy to take any questions.
Members, any questions, comments? No? Very well. I approve option 2 as laid out in the recommendations in the preamble of this report. Thank you. Item 5 is Thomason Memorial Special School, and we have an enclosure on this. And I think you're taking this, Paul, are you?
This is me again, Chair. Yes, thank you. So this relates to Thomason Memorial School, who you all know has been relocated due to building issues, and we are awaiting further information from the DfE on the permanent rebuild of Thomason School on another site. In the meantime, they are currently occupying some modular units that were previously used by the King's Leadership Academy. The modular units are on hire, and the DfE are paying a significant amount of money to hire those units, and it's more cost effective for the DfE to provide us with a grant and for us to purchase those units directly from SIPGAS and we will then continue with the school in the temporary arrangements until the school is rebuilt. So the DfE will be providing us with a grant for 100% of the value, plus also some contingency funding for any building condition issues that should arise in the meantime. So I'm happy to take any questions about any of the detail.
Members, any questions, comments? Yes, Councillor Galloway.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Paul. I'm sure you've given us the information before, but how long is it going to be when the new school will be ready?
We expect it to be around about 3 years. We are awaiting the DfE to do the design and all the feasibility works. So we expect it to be round about 12 months before the planning application goes in. But we are in the DfE's hands on that one because it's their school rebuilding programme. They're leading this.
So are you happy that the units are going to be suitable for 3 years?
Yes, we've undertaken a condition survey of the units, and the units have significantly more life in them than 3 years. So we'd looked at what works would be needed over the next 15 years, because potentially we may be able to reuse those units once Thomason has finished with them, either on that site or somewhere else.
Oh, they don't go back to the DfE?
No. Once we've paid for them, there are units, so we can use them if we need to.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Sears.
Yeah, Councillor Galloway's just beat me to the question I was going to ask, and then Paul's confirmed what the use of the building and who's going to own the buildings afterwards. So, yeah, thanks.
Very well. I approve the temporary modular classrooms be utilised by Thomason Memorial and agree to the proposal by the DfE that the council now purchase the units for which the DfE have confirmed they will provide 100% grant funding. Thank you. And then item 6 is the proposed expansion of Greenfold Special School. And I think this is you again, Paul.
It is, yes. Thank you, Chair. So this sets out a proposal to convert the Old Community Library off Leveridge Lane into a space to be used by Greenfold School. Up until very recently, that has been used by Ladywood School for special school provision, but following the completion of their permanent expansion, they've moved now onto their main site. So due to the demands around places, we are proposing to remodel the unit for Greenfold to provide us with the additional places we need to meet our statutory duty. Happy to take any questions in the report.
Members, any questions at all? Any queries? Very well. I approve the recommendations of the report that up to 500,000 be granted to support the proposed expansion of Greenfold School. Thank you. And we can now go into camera, please, Sue.
Yes, I'll stop recording. Just bear with me.